Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Wizarding World Legacy Podcast, where we explore the magic of the Wizarding World's past, present, and future.
We're your hosts, Eric and Jasmine.
Today we're doing a deep dive into one of the 6 confirmed casting announcements for the upcoming Harry Potter television series. The one, the only, Rubeus Hagrid.
Hagrid!
And the actor now confirmed to bring him to life is Nick Frost.
Known for his roles in the Three Flavors Cornetto trilogy,
Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, The World's End.
which, let's be honest, don't exactly scream Hogwarts faculty.
Right, but that's only scratching the surface of his career. He's done voice work, action, drama, fantasy, and a lot of comedy. So before we judge his casting too quickly, let's take a step back and look at who he's going to be playing.
Who is Rubeus Hagrid?
He's the lovable half-giant who first introduces Harry and us to the magical world.
Most importantly, us. His first appearance is in the Philosopher's Stone, the Sorcerer's Stone for those of us from across the pond, in Chapter 1, The Boy Who Lived.
If the motorbike was huge, it was nothing to the man sitting astride it. He was almost twice as tall as a normal man, and at least 5 times as wide. He looked simply too big to be allowed. And so wild. Long tangles of bushy black hair and a beard hid most of his face. He had hands the size of dustbin lids, and his feet in their leather boots were like baby dolphins.
It's such a vivid picture. Part mythical creature, part overgrown teddy bear.
Exactly the point. And through the series, we get even more details. Black beetle-like eyes, rosy red cheeks, that massive moleskin overcoat he's always wearing. Hagrid is huge, but he's also deeply gentle, kind, a little clumsy, a little too fond of the fire whiskey, but endlessly lovable and loyal.
Never insult Albus Dumbledore in front of me.
And let's not forget, Hagrid isn't just comic relief. He plays a crucial role in the story.
Absolutely. He brings Harry to the Dursleys as a baby and brings him back into the Wizarding World when he's 11.
He comforts Hermione when Draco calls her up.
Filthy little mudblood.
He's wrongfully accused of opening the Chamber of Secrets by that f***ing Tom Riddle.
He teaches Harry to ride Buckbeak, which ends up saving Harry's godfather Sirius.
And he even risks his life joining the poor lay with the giants to recruit them for Dumbledore.
Not to mention carrying Harry's presumed corpse back from the forest in the Deathly Hallows. One of the most emotional scenes in the series.
So yeah, Hagrid matters, which makes his casting quite a big deal. Pun totally intended.
Let's talk about Nick Frost. On paper, he may not look like Hagrid at first glance. For one, he's only 5'7".
Which is kind of hilarious considering Hagrid is supposed to be twice the height of a normal man. That's 11, 12 feet tall, give or take. Thankfully for us, movie magic exists. Forced perspective, prosthetics, even digital effects. They made it work for Robbie Coltrane, and I'm certain they'll make it work for Nick Frost.
Totally. And Frost does have a broader build, which certainly helps. He's also rocked the big beard look plenty of times.
Indeed.
And with a bit of wild hair and costume design, he could definitely look the part.
More importantly though, can he act the part?
We think so. While most people know him for his comedy, his career is more varied than you might think. He's had roles in Snow White and the Huntsman, Tomb Raider, and he's even set to appear in the live-action adaptation of How to Train Your Dragon.
Let's not forget about his performance in Mr. Sloane. It was a British television series that leaned much more into the drama. He played a down-on-his-luck man who was dealing with divorce, depression, a suicidal attempt, and it really showed off his emotional range.
It's an underrated gem, and a good example of how Frost can bring depth to a character that might otherwise be played too one-dimensionally. So how's the fandom taking the news?
Honestly, not bad.
The initial response has been surprisingly positive, especially when compared to some of the other casting announcements.
Obviously. A lot of fans feel like Nick just looks the part. Maybe not in size, but in his general appearance. Kind face, UK native, and he's the right age. He's 53, which is the same age we meet Hagrid when he brings Harry to Privet Drive in the books.
Of course, not everyone agrees. Some people had their hearts set on someone else, like Mark Addy, who played Robert Baratheon in Game of Thrones. Or Rory McCain, who played the Hound.
Not that clip! Let's try another one.
I'm not a thief.
You're fine with murdering little boys, but thieving is beneath you.
Man's got to have a code.
We feel both could have been good picks, but there's something about Nick Frost's ironic warmth and awkward charm that really aligns with Hagrid's personality.
So, where do we land?
Personally, I am quite optimistic. To some, he might not have been the obvious choice, but I certainly think that he's an excellent one.
Same here. With the right styling and direction, I think he could absolutely win people over and bring something fresh while staying true to what made Hagrid so beloved.
And he's already doing so. Like in his post on Instagram, acknowledging his casting for the role and paying homage to Robbie Coltrane.
Moment of silence.
But we want to know what you think. Who would you have cast as Hagrid? Are you excited for Nick Frost, or were you rooting for someone else?
Let us know in the comments. Tag us on socials or send us an owl. Whatever works.
And next time, we'll be diving into another huge casting announcement, so make sure you're subscribed.
And if you're watching on YouTube, give this video a like and hit that bell so you don't miss a single magical moment.
Until next time, keep your wands at the ready.
And stay magical.
Finite.